Welcome back to Lockdown Sports. Before we get locked in, please hit the subscribe button. About 60% of people do not subscribe but still feel the need to watch my videos. Either subscribe or don't watch the video. That's greatly appreciated. All right, let's get locked in. Matchday 3. I'm Param. This is Jono. What have you got for me, mate?
So I've got 3 predictions listed for this week. My first one is about the Liverpool and Newcastle game. So I'm going a bit out there. I'm going Newcastle -1 on the handicap, backing them to win by 2 goals here against Liverpool. What are your thoughts on that?
This seems to me like emotional gambling after you've missed out on picking Newcastle -1 against Villa. And as well, obviously last week, they had City, and obviously that's fine to lose to Manchester City. But I don't know, man. Liverpool, pretty tough opponent. No McAllister. I think that will help them win the midfield battle. But to be honest, Liverpool's not really about the midfield. And that sort of brings me on to my prediction with this game. I actually think after the slow start Salah has had to the season, I think this is the sort of game and environment. It's very uncomfortable, I know, but I'm expecting him to score, and I'm hoping that in this case, Liverpool, maybe just like last week, maybe just another one of those.
No, that's
I think Liverpool could turn things around here if they get their shit together. I don't like a lot of what I'm seeing with Trent going into midfield. I think it's ridiculous. You have a guy crossing the ball,
amazing,
that's good at it. Yeah. And, I've always despised him and KDB spamming the crosses, but I have to admit, they are good at it.
It worked for us in FIFA 19, so you got to trust the process.
Exactly. What have you got for me next? United Forest game.
So the United Forest game, no personal bias and no hate against United here, just pure objectivity here. It's going to be a draw. I don't back United to win this game. Haven't liked what I've seen from them, and also don't like them. But I haven't liked what I've seen from them. Forest have been better than I thought they'd be. Had a decent show against Arsenal and got the win last week against Sheffield, a late winner. But I'd love to see a draw here, and I think there will be a draw.
I can hear the salt in your voice, first of all. And, last week I did promise that United was going to win.
You did.
Against Spurs, and that unfortunately didn't happen. I don't either. I don't like myself at this point. But I'm not going to predict the result because I don't trust Manchester United. What I do have faith in...
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Man United. I have no faith in us winning this weekend. I have no faith. But I do have faith in a slightly better midfield performance from what I've seen the first couple of weeks, because you've said it plenty of times, this midfield seems too imbalanced. But the one thing that gives me faith is the fact that Bruno seems to have this ego that he can drop at any moment, and as long as he's involved in the play, he's happy. He's happy to play quarterback, he's happy to play wing, he's happy to do what it takes to be whatever it needs to be for the team. And I believe that Mason Mount is the exact same. And that's why I think Mason Mount, he's not getting enough touches on the ball. If he ups those numbers, I think you'll see a Mason Mount assist against Forest. And there isn't that much strike power. We've missed a lot of big chances. We could have taken Spurs out. We could have taken them out so easily, John.
What, just having on a team like in the first game?
Okay, buddy. No need to get personal. Okay, so we filmed too early and now Mason Mount is injured, which means Bruno Fernandes has full custody of the ball in midfield, defense and attack. I'm predicting a Bruno Fernandes assist and fingers crossed for the win, but as I said, fingers crossed. What have you got for the rest of the weekend? Eight other games. What's your other pick?
Yep. So my other pick, it's in relation to the Bournemouth and Tottenham game being played at Bournemouth. And my prediction is for my boy Sonny to get on the score sheet. He's blanked the first 2 games of the season. He's the new captain for the team. Harry Kane's left. He needs to be the leader. And I'm backing him to get on to open up for the season against Bournemouth this weekend.
When I was making the graphics for today, I actually included Son just in case, because I know you're in love with this man, not just for FPL reasons, but just in general.
Yeah.
Now, with Son, first 2 games, it's been made very clear he's been playing too much on the wing, way much on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen a lot with Udogie inverting, and Udogie was great. What I'm expecting, I guess, is Son to take up more of those infield positions. If I have a quick look at how many touches Son's actually getting in the box the first couple of games, you're looking at about 14 touches in those 2 games. And that number is actually quite a lot. That's ranking one of the best in the league, just over the first 2 games. Take with a pinch of salt, that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember the United game, about 7 of those was in one dribble, all right? 7 of those was in one dribble where our whole midfield and defense just gave up on line. So, yeah. So, you need to see him in more central positions. I don't know if that's more of a tactical thing with him just inverting in some points or just playing like a position.
I mean, with what you said with Udogie being good when he's inverted, would you rather he be good when he's inverted or Son be great when he's more inside? And obviously the answer is Son be great when he's inside and let Udogie play on the outside. So that's what.
Or would you rather him just play the centre forward?
I would definitely trial it and see how he goes. He did play, like with him and Kane, he played so well off Kane. With him being the focal point, just from a physicality standpoint, I don't know how he'll hold up, but you've got to try it out. He's your captain. He's your main player up front. You've got to try it out, try things out to get him more involved.
Let's have a look at the rest of the weekend. I've got the Brighton West Ham game here. Brighton, couple of good games. This is more out of hope than actual determination.
Okay.
A lot of you guys love Estepinian. A lot of you guys love
That's my guy. That's my guy also.
This week I'm preying on their downfall. Now, when I look at this Brighton team, great at holding the ball, great at attacking, but the one point where they aren't a top 4, top 6, top 8 team is the defense. And I look at what West Ham was able to do against your Chelsea last week, winning the duels, making an absolute scrap of it. That's the sort of play that Brighton, when they defend, you can easily isolate defenders, I feel.
Yeah.
And especially if they do get, exactly right, if they do get those isolation moments with the long ball or even set pieces from deep with Ward-Prowse's delivery, those early free kicks you get when Brighton do press you, if they are able to slow the game down to a standstill, you're going to see a solid West Ham performance. And there's been rumours, obviously, of them signing El Nasiri from Sevilla. This is the sort of signing that feeds into it. Big Moroccan striker, can hold up a ball, can head a ball really well. Basically, an even better version of Arnautovic and Antonio, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You look at what you could have next week after. West Ham, as much as I don't like the plan, it is a plan. They're getting the right guys for the football they want to play.
Yeah, I mean, with West Ham, you just got to let one player cook, and that name is Jared Bowen. Got a lethal left foot on him. He's a dangerous player. Can you agree with that, bro?
Can you stop using this platform for your fantasy draft team? Just like
Jared Bowen.
I did it once.
He's just a great player. You saw the goal this week.
For those of you that don't know, John has predicted Jared Bowen to get a double this year, 10 goals, 10 assists. He will not. Anyways, stay tuned, stay locked in, guys.
Back to it.
We'll be back. Stay tuned, stay locked in, subscribe for more, guys. New Premier League content next week.